Hey, before I get into today's video, I just wanted to announce real quick that I have two interviews coming up. One will be the founder of a digital marketing company. They're not huge yet, but they're growing really fast. They're getting ready to exit what a lot of people would consider that startup stage. And the other is someone who has built and is growing a golf company. And their first product was a new kind of golf tee that is more durable and doesn't break as easily as your typical golf tee. So make sure you go and hit that subscribe button down below the video because you're not going to want to miss those. There's going to be a lot of good insights from both of those interviews that you'll be able to apply in your business ventures as you try to create your own companies. But today, I wanted to talk about a book called Nail It and Scale It. And I decided that I wanted to spend a little more time with this book, and I'm going to make a couple more videos after this talking about some key principles that I took from the book and that will be important for any business that when you take it from more of a concept into an actual business that's making money. And the reason I wanted to focus in on this book for now, I'm sure down the line I'll focus in on others, but in my first video that I put on the channel, it was just kind of a channel introduction explaining my motivations and why I decided to create this. And I realized that a lot of the things that I was talking about in that video were actually principles that I took from Nail It, Then Scale It. And in my first interview with Devin Lee, where we talked about his software company and prototyping and the processes that he used, we brought up Nail It and Scale It again. Both of us are familiar with the book. And I realized that almost every video in this on this channel are going to touch on a lot of principles from the book Nail It, Then Scale It. And so I will leave information down in the description about the book where you can find it. It's a super valuable resource. So obviously reading it is going to be more valuable than anything else. But I know, just like myself, there's a lot of people who learn better from kind of discussion learning, kind of like what this video is, where it's not as thought out. It's just kind of my thoughts and my key takeaways from it. And it's a video. A lot of people learn better from audio. I know I'm a really slow reader, so most books I have to take an audiobook form, or else it takes me a couple of years to finish, just because I'm kind of a slow, thoughtful reader, which is okay. But if I need to get through something fast, I have to listen to it. But for starters, that's what the cover of the book looks like. It's a awesome book, awesome read. Like I said, definitely pick it up or get an audiobook version if you can. And I love it because it's a mix of, so there's two authors, and one comes from the stance of he has started several businesses. He has helped lots of people start businesses. And so he knows from the experience side of things very, very well and deeply what it takes to start a business, and kind of, because everyone talks about how startups are risky, but what he has learned is how he can be sure that a startup isn't risky. And he also does a lot of investing, so he's kind of figured out how to spot those startups that aren't risky, who kind of follow this process. And the other author is he's deep into research. He understands the numbers, and he's done a lot of research on businesses and startups. And so you get a mix of both stories and experience, but then you also get the research that backs it up. And so that is one thing that I really like about this book. It's not the most entertaining read because sometimes it's the numbers, but it's a very, very useful read. And it's not boring. I'm not trying to say it's a super dull textbook, but it is very informative. So without out of the way, I just wanted to give a quick introduction, and then I'll go deeper into some points of the book in future videos. But Nail It and Scale It, it's, if you think about the title, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's before you really try to rush your business. And I know when you have a new idea for a business, you don't want to be told to slow down. You want to go build it, get it going, launch it in 2 weeks, right? And we all know that's not the smartest thing to do. And so the concept behind this book is teaching us not only to slow down, especially when you're starting out the business. But it's not really slowing down, but it's slowing down in the right way, I guess. It's how to figure out if your business is actually viable, if it's going to be profitable, and if people actually want it before you really invest both time and money into it. And I guess you'll have to invest time in the beginning stages. But the idea is to step away from your business and look at it objectively, to look at it almost like a scientist looks at his experiments in the lab. And the idea is you need to find out what your market is and what they want before you do anything with it. And it's almost even better to start off by just, if you don't have a business idea, he actually mentions in the book that you're almost ahead of everyone else who has a concept or who has some sort of prototype. Because then you just pick a market, find your niche, and just figure out what they need. What is a pain point that they have that is not being fulfilled by their current solution, or maybe even doesn't have a solution. And once you find that, then you can learn more about the specifics of what they're really needing, what needs to be fulfilled there. And you're able to develop something purely based off of what they need. And once you have that product or service designed out and you understand your market at this point, then you have a product that is definitely going to sell. And so that's really the mindset, because I know a lot of entrepreneurs. I'm sure if you're a successful entrepreneur listening to this, I'm sure you understand this already. Either that or you got lucky, but that's okay. Like, luck's not a bad thing, but it's, if you want to try to repeat it, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who have had success once, didn't quite understand why they had success, so when they try to repeat it with another company, it doesn't go so well. But I know a lot of like first-time entrepreneurs, or an entrepreneur who hasn't had a company really grow as much as they would have hoped it has. A common theme, and for people even who have ideas, like I know when I had my first few ideas trying to build stuff, go and get it up and running, I just wanted to rush through it and get it going. But the common mistake is you have your idea and you think it's just a dynamite idea. And it sounds good. You talk to your friends and family and they validate it for you. They say, that's a cool idea. Like, that's probably going to sell. People will eat that up. But the issue is your friends and family, they are a little closer to it than you want to be talking to. They may be a little biased. They won't want to tell you no. And they're probably not even the target market. And so the concept of this book is, before you go out and sell anything, it teaches you what you need to do to understand not only who your market is, but what they want in order to fix that pain point. Your solution may not be what they want. And so you need to understand what they want before you try to sell them anything. And then once you do that, then it's like, if you listen to my interview with Devin Lee, it's just going through that process over and over again. Maybe you get a step closer, but then you figure out something else. And so you need to really figure that out so that before you take it to market, you have it nailed down that you know this is going to fulfill the pain point of that target market. And it's a simple idea. I've kind of been going on about it for a little bit longer, but it is a simple idea. The nice thing about the book is that it takes you through basic statistics and what they've seen about little things to look for. Like, one part mentions when you have an email list and you're sending out emails to people who you have identified are in your target market, and you're trying to develop this research. And they say, if you've really identified a solution that they're excited about, then a good thing to look for is when you're waiting for them to send those emails back, your responses, or to set up a phone call or whatever you're looking for, They said if you get less than a 50% respond rate after the first couple days, then it's probably not as exciting as you think it is. And obviously, there's other factors that can go into it, like maybe you just didn't present it as well. Maybe like if you were to send it on Christmas Day, obviously that could hurt because people aren't checking their work emails right then, or so different things like that could be factors, and it goes deeper into that in the book. And I will go deeper into different things in different videos. But I just wanted to get this overview out because I know a lot of people don't understand even the first steps to take. And again, the purpose of this channel isn't just to discuss concepts or listen to me rant in front of a camera talking about a book that I like. It's more the reason why I created the channel is I want to go into more of the technical details, because I know when I learned this stuff, I said, okay, cool. Market research is important. I need to understand what the consumer wants. And then I was like, okay, I'm hyped. Let's go do this. And then I had no clue what to do. So I'm going to get some more videos out with more tutorial type things. So if you're looking for a email outreach strategy, I'll have a video with that coming up. Facebook ads is really my expertise, so I'll go a little bit deeper into that, both how to like every step of the way. So if you're trying to collect more information, get people to take a survey, I'll go over just some good how-tos on what you can do while you're trying to collect this data to start your company. But it is important to not rush into things, take some time to understand what these concepts are. So for the next couple videos, I will dig a little deeper into these concepts, talk about ways that you can implement them. And then once I get those videos out of the way that you can really understand those concepts, then I'll start digging deeper into some how-tos, whether you need to cold email, cold call, or whether like some sort of digital advertising like Facebook or Google is really the most cost-effective way for your business. And I'll try to cover everything because each business has different needs while they're going through this process. And so hopefully we'll find the one that works for your business, because the idea here is you want to get this information, get your product ready in the cheapest way possible. And so if the cheapest way for you is cold calling, even though that may not be your favorite thing, you need to learn how to cold call and be awesome at that while you're on the phone. So we'll take time to cover each of these so that you can achieve your goals to design the product that fills the need in your market, because that will increase your chance of success. And that will make your startup not as risky once you understand that. And hopefully we can do this spending the least amount of money and hopefully the least amount of time if possible, to make this process as easy as possible, because it 100% is possible, but a lot of people have a lot of question marks. And so that's what this channel is here to uncover. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe so you don't miss this content. We're going to have some great how-tos and some great just interviews and overall concept discussions. If there's anything that you have questions about Nail It and Scale It, I'll leave the information down in the description, or hit up the comments. Let me know what you want to know, what you're curious about, or kind of what your business is. And then if you have a specific need, I can get a video out a little faster if I know that there's people who have a specific need for that. So be sure to let me know, and look out for those interviews coming out. There's going to be some good videos, so you won't want to miss out. So please hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks for tuning in.